Hi, teacher.
Hi, good afternoon, dear.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Okay.
Are you good? How is everything?
Yeah.
Is everything okay? And what's
Yes.
the weather? What's the weather like in Campo Grande today? Is it windy? Is the wind blowing?
Toma minha vacina da Covid.
Ah, really? Congratulations. How nice. Congratulations, Annalise. Very good.
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. Congratulations. That's really good. How nice. I'm proud of you. How nice. That's great. How old are you, Annalise? 13? 12, 13? How old are you?
É 12, é 14, né?
14.
Yeah.
How old are you?
14.
14. Oh, okay. All right. Congratulations. How nice. That's very good. Perfect. Hi, Manu. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Are you okay? Hi, Rebecca. Good afternoon. Are you okay? Hi, dear. Okay, guys. Have you already been vaccinated? Have you already? Because Annalise has been. She was vaccinated today. She's 14. What about you, girls? Have you been vaccinated? Not yet?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Good to see you. Welcome. That's nice to have you here. So, guys, today we are going to talk about a very important topic. We are going to talk about climate and climate change. And this is something that we really have to consider because the world has changed. We can see the weather is different and many other things are happening due to climate change. Okay, so to start our lesson today, I'd like to share a short video with you talking about this topic. Okay, just before we start, I'd like to remind you to do the homework from unit 11 that we finished on Monday. Okay, online practice, unit 11.5, unit 11 test, and page 157, exercises 2 to 4. Okay, don't forget, this homework is for next week. And today we start our last unit, unit 12. Here you are, okay? September 15th. It's nice, isn't it, guys? This is the end of wide angle 2. How do you feel? It's nice, isn't it? Very good, girls. And as I said before, the topic of this final unit is about changes, right? Here it's in the singular, change, but it talks about changes in general. In the beginning, the focus is on climate change, which is a very delicate topic because it talks about things that politicians don't like so much. Yes, the environment. Yay. Hi, good afternoon. Oh, don't worry, Kawani. That's okay. No problem. So first, to start, let me take the first picture. Oops, sorry, girls. I accidentally clicked here. So to introduce our topic, I decided to choose a video for us to show you what scientists have been researching on the topic of climate change. So let's take a look there, okay? Let's go. Let me share the sound first. Okay, and then screen.
Human activities, from pollution to overpopulation, are driving up the Earth's temperature and fundamentally changing.
Just a moment. I will try to put from the beginning so that we can watch. If the connection is not good, I will share the link and you can watch the video later. This video is very interesting, okay? So let's try to see if possible, okay? Let's do it. I think the sound is on. Yes, it is.
Human activities, from pollution to overpopulation, are driving up the Earth's temperature and fundamentally changing the world around us. The main cause is a phenomenon known as the greenhouse effect. Gases in the atmosphere, such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons, let the sun's light in, but keep some of the heat from escaping, like the glass walls of a greenhouse. The more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped, strengthening the greenhouse effect and increasing the Earth's temperature. Human activities, like the burning of fossil fuels, have increased the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere by more than a third since the Industrial Revolution. The rapid increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has warmed the planet at an alarming rate. While Earth's climate has fluctuated in the past, atmospheric carbon dioxide hasn't reached today's levels in hundreds of thousands of years. Climate change has consequences for our oceans, our weather, our food sources, and our health. Ice sheets, such as Greenland and Antarctica, are melting. The extra water that was once held in glaciers causes sea levels to rise and spills out of the oceans, flooding coastal regions. Warmer temperatures also make weather more extreme. This means not only more intense major storms, floods, and heavy snowfall, but also longer and more frequent droughts. These changes in weather pose challenges. Growing crops becomes more difficult. The areas where plants and animals can live shift, and water supplies are diminished. In addition to creating new agricultural challenges, climate change can directly affect people's physical health. In urban areas, the warmer atmosphere creates an environment that traps and increases the amount of smog. This is because smog contains ozone particles, which increase rapidly at higher temperatures. Exposure to higher levels of smog can cause health problems such as asthma, heart disease, and lung cancer. While the rapid rate of climate change is caused by humans, humans are also the ones who can combat it. If we work to replace fossil fuels with renewable energy sources like solar and wind, which don't produce greenhouse gas emissions, we might still be able to prevent some of the worst effects of climate change.
Okay, so in this video, They talked about all the bad effects of climate change. They talked about the greenhouse effects. They talked about the agricultural problems that we face when the temperature rises. They talked about the glaciers. So all these things, they really affect us. They even talked about the diseases that we have. Yeah, we get sick, lung cancer, and so many other things like the viruses that we have nowadays. They are all result of climate change. So let's take a look here. Let me try to close this. All right. Now, if you have your books, please open your books to page 135. Let's go there. Yes, that's the first page of Unit 12. Okay, can you see the book page? All right, perfect. So as you can see, the title of Unit 12 is Change. All right, what can you see in the picture, guys? What natural event is that? What do you think happened here? Does anybody know? Yes, that's right. Flood. Yeah, it's similar to excessive raining. Yeah, very similar. It's when a lot of water concentrates in an area. So here we had probably a lot of rain, or probably a river overflowed. Okay, so or overflew, sorry, a river overflew, and then the water concentrated here in this village, and then the level rose. That's why the villagers are isolated, and the only means of transport is by boat or canoe. All right, so you can see that everything here is flooded. Okay, so let me write it down for you. Flood, flood or flooding. Flooding is the name of the natural event that happens when the water level increases or the water level rises, affecting a community or a city. Okay? And then people can't go anywhere. All right. And here, this is what seems to be the case. Okay, flooding. Do we have this problem in our city, in Rio? Do we have flooding in Rio?
Yeah.
We do. And when does it usually happen? When? In the
streets.
It happens in the streets, yes. But usually when in the year, when do we usually have floodings?
Summer.
In the summer. Very good. Okay, exactly. Unfortunately, we have floodings in the summer. in Rio. And this has been going on for quite some time, right? They have done a few things to try to solve the problem in some neighborhoods, but there are some other places where flooding still occurs, okay? So yes, flooding happens in the summer because we have heavy rains in the summer, okay? All right, now let's take a look here. Let me clear my drawings and see where this picture was taken. Do you have any idea? Do you know this place here? Do you have any idea where this picture was taken?
It's like the north of that.
Yeah, it looks like the northeast of Brazil. Yeah, it looks a lot like the northeast of Brazil, doesn't it? It's very similar. It sure is, but I don't know for sure. So let's watch the video and see where this picture was taken, okay? So let me clear here. Here we have two questions that probably the photographer will talk about. The first one, how can changes, let me maximize here. Look, how can changes in the environment affect your life? And what has changed most in your lifetime? Okay. So, of course, guys, before we watch the video and we see what the photographer says about the picture, let me ask you the questions, right? How can changes in the environment affect your life directly? For example, if they decide, suppose they decide to close the beaches in Rio, to make all the beaches in Rio private. Let's imagine. Because now the beaches in Rio are public. Anybody can go there because they are public. We don't have to pay to go to the beach. But let's suppose the government decides to close the beaches in Rio to keep them clean and safe, and I don't know the reason, and they decide to make the beaches private. So everything closed. And so how can these changes affect your life? What do you think? Do you think a lot of people will still go to the beach? Excuse me. Because they will try, yes, they will try to make the beach a place like an area of preservation. They will preserve the area because nowadays people don't really take care of the beach. They pollute, they don't take care, they really unfortunately, people pollute the oceans and everything. So let's suppose a person decides to close the beaches and make them private. To enter the beach, you have to pay a tax, just like they do in Fernando de Noronha. I don't know if you know that. In Fernando de Noronha, if you want to go to Fernando de Noronha, you have to pay a tax. Because Fernando de Noronha is a reserve, okay? It's a natural reserve, and you have to be really careful when you go there. You have to be vaccinated. You have to be careful with the trash you throw away. So it's a very ecological place, and you need to be careful with this place. You can't just behave in Fernando de Noronha the same way you behave here in the beaches in Brazil. You can't do the same thing. You have to be extremely careful. So imagine they decided to do here in Rio the same thing they did in Fernando de Noronha. They will institute a tax for people to pay if they want to go to the beach in Rio. Imagine the situation. Do you think it will be, the beaches in Rio will become a better place to go? Do you think they will become cleaner? Probably, yeah. Probably because people will respect more. Because whenever people need to pay to do something, you limit the number of people who go to that place. And you also have more safety. The place becomes safer. You control more who goes in, who stays out. And you can control the level of pollution as well, because there will be more. The moment you start paying a tax to go in, you also have people to take care of the beach in terms of garbage collection, disposal. There will be more trash cans. Hi, Pedro. Good afternoon. Good to see you. So the whole place will be remodeled, will be revamped, because everything will be more taken care of. Illumination at night. So they will put more lampposts. If you want to walk, for example, I want to go for a walk on the beach. If you want to do that at night, no problem. There will be safety. You can do that. I want to go for a walk on the beach. Oh, that's okay. Nowadays, if you want to do that at night, it's not a good idea. Right? It's not so safe. It's not safe at all, actually. Okay. And there are some beaches in Rio that they are very polluted, right? They're very dirty because people leave everything behind. So, all right, guys. So let's see what the photographer will say. All right. So let's take a look here. Before we go, let me just take another picture. We are going to see now, guys, the photographer talking about this picture. Where is this place, first of all, okay? And how will he or she answer these two questions, okay? So let's watch this.
This man is fishing on a boat in the Irrawaddy River in Myanmar. I took this picture just outside of a small city. The man is fishing to feed his family. Not so many people in the area are fishermen. Behind the man, there is a floating restaurant in the river. Changes in the environment can have a big effect on people's lives. This area might be flooded if plans for a large dam project continue. If that happens, many people's jobs and lives will be destroyed or changed forever. In my lifetime, the climate and the population have changed the most. Changes in climate are not really good for us. They affect our lives by changing the weather we are used to and causing problems with how we grow our food.
Hi guys, okay, so let's see. Let's try to understand where is this place, first of all, okay? I know the name of the place is a little difficult to pronounce, but let's try to see if you remember. What place is this? Could you understand? Mia something, right? Yeah, it's Myanmar. Yeah, it's a funny name. So let me play it again and I will start pausing so you can see how he answers the questions that were asked. Okay, so let's say.
This man is fishing on a boat in the Irrawaddy River in Myanmar.
Okay, so what's the name of the country? What's the name of the place and the country?
Iran.
Irrawaddy River in Myanmar. Do you know where Myanmar is?
Fica em México, teacher? No.
No, this is in China.
Indonesia.
It's in China. Let me show you on the map. Just a moment.
É porque o local parecido com a Indonésia.
Yeah, similar. Let me show you on the map. Just a moment. It's in Asia, actually, in Burma, right? Let me show you the map. Burma, actually. This place has a lot of temples. So, let me try to, yeah. It's close to China, actually. It's not really in China, no. It is next to China. Let me show you the map here. Okay, can you see the map? Yes, here. So here you have India. Then here you have Myanmar, Burma. Then here you have Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and here you have China, the big one.
Nossa, Marimar é bem grande, eu não sabia da existência desse país.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, guys? So you see, so it's pretty close to China. All this area here is China, okay? This is Hanoi. Hanoi is Vietnam. Vietnam is all this area here and Hanoi. This is Laos, Thailand, and this is Myanmar. This part in red here, Burma. Can you see this picture here? This is this small picture here with temples.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this country is full of temples. Yeah, it's incredible. It's really, yeah, this country is full of temples. It's a very exotic country. It's a very religious country, I would say. It's amazing.
Gente,
Yes.
eu achava que Marimar era um tipo de país pequeno, desconhecido, sabe?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's not so small. It's not so small. It's actually it borders Bangladesh. It borders Bangladesh and China here in the north, and it borders Thailand in the south. Okay. So it's really amazing. And they have many religions there, mostly Buddhism, but yeah, it's really interesting, really cool. So this picture was taken in Myanmar, okay, in Asia, right? In this river, Irrawaddy River in Myanmar, okay? So let's go to the beginning. And the name of the photographer, Queen Ryan Mattingly, okay?
This man is fishing on a boat in the Irrawaddy River in Myanmar.
Irrawaddy River in Myanmar.
I took this picture just outside of a small city. The man is fishing to feed his family.
So what is the man doing here? He is fishing to
Feed.
feed his family. Very good. Okay, to give food to his family. So this is what he's trying to do. He's fishing to feed his family.
Not so many people in the area are fishermen. Behind the man, there is a floating restaurant in the river.
So behind the man here, I don't know if you can see in the picture. Yes, he says that behind the man, there is a floating restaurant in the river. Okay. Now he's going to answer the first question, okay? How can changes in the environment affect your life? So let's see.
Changes in the environment can have a big effect on people's lives. This area might be flooded if plans for a large dam project continue.
Okay, so here he is saying that this area might be flooded. Of course, guys, it's already a river, okay? And there are some huts there. So if the plans for this large dam continues, it can be flooded. Like I said before, the water level will rise and this area will disappear. Okay, so what is a dam? Do you know? What's the meaning of the word dam?
Eu acho que é tipo uma casa sobre o rio, não?
No. Does anybody know? A dam is the same as barragem, okay? So a dam can be a barragem that they construct to keep the river flow, all right? And then they can generate energy. So it's very common to build river dams so they can use the power of the water to generate energy. Here in Brazil, there are some dams, okay? Like we have a big one in Itaipu, right? There is a big one in Itaipu. I think there are some other smaller ones, I don't know, in the north of Brazil. Let me show you a picture so you know what we are talking about, okay? Just a
Teacher,
sec. Yes, Pedro.
como eles constroem uma barragem? Porque a água poderia levar todo o cimento, todo o concreto, não?
I don't know. I don't know. They construct. I don't know how they can do that, but they can do that. I don't know how. Engineers, they're so good. Let me show you examples of dams in Brazil, okay? I put here on Google, right? And I put dams in Brazil. Can you see the page? Yes?
Yeah.
So here, there are some important dams in Brazil. Here we have Belo Monte, the first one here. Probably we will see the one in Iguaçu, okay, somewhere. Probably this one here is in Iguaçu. So you have, there are the hydroelectric dams, right? So they can, Santo Antônio on Madeira River.
E Brumadinho?
Brumadinho is also another dam. I think this one was in Brumadinho, I think. Jaguará Dam. Look, Itaipu is this one, Itaipu Dam in Brazil. It's really big. And there are other mineral dams that have problems, like here, look. Brazilian dam burst burying Brumadinho. Look, okay? Other dams are badly constructed, causing accidents, like Brumadinho, for example, Mariana, okay? Unfortunately, we had those examples, okay? Look here. And there are the big ones, like for example, Itaipu. Itaipu is still there. It's a big one. It's a hydroelectric dam, okay? So these dams, guys, they contain the water flow. They don't permit the water to continue its natural flow. They contain and they create a kind of artificial lake, okay? As you can see here, on one side of the river, you have a big lake. On the other side of the river, you have a small river, which is just the water that is from the dam, okay? And this water they use to generate power, sometimes electric power, or sometimes they do this, they construct the dams because they want to filter some kind of mineral disposed things or things they don't use anymore from factories, chemicals or stuff, and then they try to contain the things here they don't want to mix with the water the people need to drink and to use. So they create a dam. But unfortunately, the dam sometimes is not strong enough to block the passage. So these dams, to contain chemicals, I think they should be stronger, okay? They are more dangerous, right? Look what happens. This is another dam that had a collapse in Bahia. Look what happened. Big flood, okay? The dam in Itaipu is a big one, and so far nothing has happened because they have there is a big river there, which is Paraná, and everything is okay there. Okay, so no problem. But you know, it's important to understand how they are built and the safety measures they take to build a dam. This is another one they are building in the Amazon. Look, these guys. Yeah, it's complicated. My goodness. Anyway, guys, so back to our lesson here. This one in Myanmar, this river has plans, I don't know, the government or some company, they have plans for a large dam. And if they continue the plans, this area here might completely disappear because it will be transformed into a huge lake. So all this population will have to move out. They have to go to another place. They can't stay here. Okay, unfortunately. All right, people.
If that happens, many people's jobs and lives will be destroyed or changed forever. In my lifetime, the climate and the population have changed the most.
So the second question, what has changed most in your lifetime? In your lifetime means during your life, okay? And then he answers, in my lifetime, the climate and the population have changed the most, okay?
Changes in climate are not really good for us. They affect our lives by changing the weather we are used to and causing problems with how we grow our food.
So, what are the problems with climate change, with the weather? What happens when the weather changes so drastically? Here he says, yes, exactly. They change, of course. The weather, we are so accustomed with the weather we are used to. And like he says here, causing problems with how we grow our food and most importantly, our health. So we get sick, new viruses appear. Now, for example, we are suffering with this new virus, COVID, right? A lot of people are dying and we need to change all our lives because of this virus. So this is happening probably due to weather changes. Yes, go ahead, Rebecca.
I have one more new virus.
There is one more variant. Yeah, a new variant. The variant Mu.
I'm taking the vaccine today.
Oh, yes. Are you taking or have you already taken?
I'm taking today.
Oh, you're going after class?
No,
You took.
you took. I'm took.
I took. Okay. Oh, congratulations. Very good, Rebecca. Congratulations. It's good to be vaccinated. You protect yourself and also the people around you. Very good. So, yes, this is what we have to do, guys. Unfortunately, there are new variants around, and it's really bad. It's really bad. Okay? So, climate change, weather changes, they unfortunately cause a lot of problems, right? So, this is what he says. Okay?
Problems with how we grow our food.
All right, very good. So now let's take a look at the first activity here. Think of some changes that have happened in the past minute or week or year and decade, 10 years. Is each change good, bad, or neutral? Neither good or bad. Share your ideas with a small group. So in your life, for example, what changes have happened recently? Like, for example, in the last minute, or last week, last year, or in the last 10 years. But first, in your life, think about it. In the last minute, I would say that we started our class. Yeah, we started at our class. This is a big change. We started unit 12. That's a change, right? We moved on a little bit further in our book, right? So we started our last unit. We can put here. Perfect. That's a good one. We started our last unit. Now, changes in the last week, guys. Did you have any changes last week? If you remember anything.
I
You
don't
can,
know.
you can say, oh, I got a new haircut, or I got a tattoo, or I learned a new word, or anything, whatever comes to your mind. Let's move on. All these things they are really personal, and I'll leave these for you to think about more carefully, okay? Now, let's go on to changes in the world, okay? In the last minute, there have been many changes in the world. What can you say for, just for example, what changes do you think happened in the world in the last minute? We can see one example here. Let me just pause sharing here and show you on Google. Okay. I'm getting a site here that gives the count of people. I don't know if they will give us on the last minute, but let me see. Yeah, no, this site is not so good. It's taking a while. So let's see, guys. All right, let me share this with you. Let me see, guys. Can you see the page? This site here is the daily number of confirmed deaths by COVID. Okay. The name of the site here is Coronavirus COVID-19 Deaths, Our World in Data. Okay. So you can see about any country you want. Okay. So here you have the countries that the countries that have the most number of deaths, right? So here you have first the United States. Can you see that? Yeah. And then second, Brazil. Okay, unfortunately. Then third comes France, and then the United Kingdom, Germany, Canada, India. And but of course, guys, there are other countries also facing the problem. And this is because of the countries that we've selected, but there are other countries with a high rate of deaths, okay? So let's see here. Today is September 15th. So let's see, if we go here, we can see the curve. Look at England, what happens to the United Kingdom in February and how they are doing now. They almost reached 0 in June. Now look at Brazil.
Nossa.
Yeah, you see, United Kingdom is the red one. Look at the United Kingdom. You see? Yeah. In the United Kingdom in February, look here, January 24th, the United Kingdom was really high. But if you see now, Brazil, we have never reached a line here near 0. Never. We are always like that. We reached something lower. I mean, we reached almost 2 here. But we increased a lot in the beginning of the year after February, and then June, and then we started coming down, and then we started descending because of the vaccination campaign. So now here in Brazil, if we compare, we are second only to the United States compared to all these countries. So we are not so bad. Because we are going down. So this is good. We have to be careful. So it's a nice way to compare. When we compare ourselves to all these other big countries here, we are not so bad. We're doing good. Now we are second only to the US here, okay? But anyway, guys, back to our, so in the world, you can also add some changes if you want. This is totally, I mean, it's up to you to put the things here. You can say, oh, changes in the last minute. In the world, you can say the weather for sure, okay? This is something that is always changing. The weather is always changing, okay? In this week, of course, the number of deaths from COVID has changed a lot, especially here in Brazil, right? The number has gone down. So we can say deaths from COVID. You can put there. In a year, wow, in a year, so many changes. We can say something about, especially here in Brazil, we can talk about wildfire in forests because we've been having a lot of fires. Yeah, unfortunately. So there have been a lot of wildfires and this is not good. So in a year, we've destroyed a lot of forests. Okay, so wildfires in Brazil have destroyed too many things. If we see, for example, a map showing the amount of forests destroyed by this wildfire here, my goodness, people, it's a large amount. Let me show you. Let me show you just for you to see the destruction. There is a satellite picture that shows the extension of destruction that wildfire causes in Brazil. It's terrible, people. It's really, really bad. Let me show you here. This is where I am. Can you see this page? Yes, this is wildfire. Okay, guys. So you have wildfire in the Amazon, unfortunately, but not only there. We also had wildfire in many other regions of Brazil, okay? And unfortunately, our animals and also our trees have suffered a lot. So here we have a good picture that says, look, out of control. Here they talk about the Amazon only. They say the record number of Amazon wildfires in Brazil. They say that it is totally out of control, okay? Yeah, it's really sad, Pedro. But unfortunately, it has been going on everywhere. I saw a picture, a satellite picture showing the picture of Brazil in terms of wildfires, and it has been going on everywhere. Okay, it's really, really bad. So it's difficult to control. Oh, it's terrible, guys. It's so bad. It's so sad, guys. It's difficult to, my goodness, people, it's very sad to see this picture. Guys, I don't want to see this. It's impossible to see this, guys. It's very sad, really. It's, wow. I feel very sad. Whenever I see the animals suffering, it's really, really sad. So wildfires, let me just fix this together, okay? So wildfires in Brazil in general, in a year, we have destroyed a lot, okay? And then here, we can say whether it's good, bad, or neutral. The weather, it's bad. Here, here I would say that because we are diminishing the number of deaths, they are decreasing. We could say that it's good, not so many people, so it's not bad, it's good. Here it's bad, okay? And the last one we haven't done in a decade. So many things have changed in a decade. For example, I don't know, but we could say that in 10 years, we have seen so many things happening in 10 years in the world. Wow. Taliban, for example, we can talk about Taliban. In 10 years, Taliban managed to get over and recover Afghanistan, right? Now they are back in power. So Taliban is back, right? We can put it that. So it took them after September 11th, which was 20 years ago. So it actually took them 2 decades to reorganize themselves and, you know, take Afghanistan back again. So of course they are different organizations. They are not Al-Qaeda, but they are terrorists, all right? So Taliban is back after 1 decade. This is a big change in the world, okay? So many things are happening all the time, okay? So I would say this is bad. So if you want to talk about good or bad, we can say this is bad. This can be considered good because the number of deaths from COVID in Brazil, the number is decreasing. The wildfires, unfortunately, are increasing. So this is bad. And here, this is bad. The Taliban being back in power, this is something bad, especially for the world, okay? All right, people, so minimizing. Let's minimize this here. We try to zoom out. This part here, you can think about and see the changes that have happened in your personal lives, okay? All right, let's move on to the next page. Wow, take a look at this picture. What can you see here?
Very beautiful.
It is beautiful, but
That's so beautiful.
it is. It is a nice picture.
Mas very pollution.
Yeah.
Polluted. Yeah, Pedro. Very polluted. Really. So there is a lot of smog, as we saw in that video. There is a lot of smog, and smog is not good.
I have more house with árvores. I don't remember what to say árvore in English.
Tree.
Tree.
Yeah. Here we can only see buildings and streets.
O céu é até cinza, teacher, de poluição.
Yeah, there's a lot of pollution. That's true. So let's take a look at the first question. Look, guys, the population, the number of people on Earth is growing, right? So what do you think are some of the effects of population growth? What do you think? What are some of the effects of too many people on the planet?
Eu acho que não ia ter espaço, não.
Overpopulation? Yeah, do you think it will get too crowded?
Yeah.
Okay. What else, guys? What else do you think can happen? Do you think we'll have enough food?
A água também, a água potável ia acabar. E também, são 7 bilhões de pessoas já fazem esse estrago, imagina muito
Not
mais.
enough water. Okay. So we won't have enough water. We may not have enough food. Okay. Yes. So let's write down the possible things. Oh my God. Look at the time. So not enough food, not enough water. We might not have enough basic things for everyone, right? So let's take a look at number 2, guys. Read the sentences. Match the highlighted words with the correct definitions. Look at the words here. We have climate, increases, reduce, environment, storms, and rise. So let's see the first one. The climate of Egypt is hot and dry. What is the best definition for the climate here? What do you think, guys?
I don't know, teacher.
So the climate, the word climate is the normal weather conditions of a place, letter E, right? Now, when the temperature increases, the whole planet is affected. So what is the best definition for the word increases?
See?
Very bad weather?
No.
What is to increase?
Cair?
No, the opposite. To increase is to go higher. Okay? Letter F, to increase. To increase is to get higher. Like, for example, with global warming, it means that the temperature increases. We feel hotter, right? Don't we feel hotter? We feel hotter every day. The temperature is rising. So when the temperature increases, the whole planet is affected, okay? Number 3, to reduce global warming, we should drive electric cars. So now to reduce, what's the meaning of to reduce? That's the opposite. Letter D, to make something smaller or less. Letter D, okay? So when you reduce, you make it smaller or less. When you increase, you make it higher, or something gets higher actually. You don't make it, but it gets higher, okay? Number 4, it's important to protect the environment. So what is the environment? Very good. Letter B. So let's go there. The air, water, land, the animals and plants around us. Everything here is the environment. Environment in Portuguese is meio ambiente. Okay? Environment. Try to say this word, people. Environment. Environment. Try to say that, Pedro.
Environment.
Good. Rebecca, environment.
Environment.
Good. Okay, guys. So environment means meio ambiente in Portuguese. Okay? So save the environment. Save the environment. Okay? Now, number 5. One effect of global warming is more big storms, such as blizzards and hurricanes. Global warming is aquecimento global, okay? So one effect of global warming is more big storms. What is a storm, people? Letter C, okay? Let's go there. Very bad weather with strong winds and rain. Storm is the same as tempestade in Portuguese. And finally, global warming causes the sea level to rise. Okay? So let's go there. To rise actually is to go higher, okay? And here to increase is letter A, to become bigger, okay? Actually here, let's change here. The temperature rises or the temperature increases, the temperature goes higher. So this is letter F, and this one here, rises, can be okay, becomes bigger. All right, let's see how they will interpret this. So let's check the answers, people. Oh yes, they inverted like I thought. So here, the temperature becomes bigger. This is so weird. Okay, guys, oops. So number 2, letter A becomes bigger, and number 6, the sea level gets higher, like I thought before, okay? All right. So this definition here for increase, for temperature, it's a little weird. But anyway, okay. Now it's all right. Okay, guys, did you copy that? Yes? Okay, guys, perfect. So next class, people, we will finish this, okay? If you want, you can try and do. You just have to complete the sentences here using the vocabulary from number 2, okay? But if not, we can do this next class, no problem, okay? So let me take you back to our page here. So today we were supposed to do only those 2 pages, only that. And if you have a chance, please don't forget, guys, do the previous homework and here, online practice unit 12.1, all right? There are some posters here about climate change for you to see, all right? Let me see, guys, if the picture I took is okay. Let me see here, just a moment. Because I took a picture before, but I don't know if I saved. So let me just check. Give me just 1 minute, okay? Let me see if everything is okay. Yes, it's okay. I can't minimize. Let me just save the picture before we go. Quickly, guys. Just a moment. All right. Okie dokie, people. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you again next week. Don't forget to do your homework, okay? Bye-bye, people. Bye, Manu. Bye, Pedro. Bye, Rebequinha.
Bye.
Bye, Annalise. Take care. Bye-bye, people. See you.
Bye. See you and
Bye.
have a nice week.
You too. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye. Take care.
See you and when.
Bye. See you.